What's good, YouTube and Twitch? We're live to both, and I'm gonna put my opinion in the room here against the grain because I may be a little bit loopy right now, but everybody's saying it feels like Toon Chaos is trash, that they don't like the reprints, they don't like the cards, and I'm seeing untapped potential, insane things already popping off from the pros with this set, from the Chaos side, collectability like none other from the Toon side. I'm gonna state my argument here plain and simple. If you could go back and buy and keep sealed Legendary Duelist Ancient Millennium, would you? Oh yeah, that's like $300, John. Add one meta card. The Millennium Eyes Restrict. This has several cards that can have meta implications. Collectability like almost none other with the Toons, which replace pretty much the collectability of the Crystal Beast in Ancient Millennium. It's shorted on the distro end, from what I understand. A lot of people can't order more that wanted to order more. It has a brand new rarity and collector's rare, and people, let's get to the reprints before the new cards. They're mad about the reprints, and let's look here at how many versus the typical side set. The typical side set usually only gets 3, and I get there were high expectations. When it came to, we had extravagance early on. Yeah, an $80 card. So are we getting Imperm, the BLS link? It's stuff I wanted too, but when I look around, Microcoder's a huge surprise. The game promo's already here. There's a $20 card. It has a lot of people who invested in game promos mad to see them here. Masked Hero Acid and Dion were no slouches in terms of prices. Bamboozling Gossip Shadow. We got Cyframe Gear Gamma, which was pushing 7. There's a lot more decent reprints here on the side than you would usually get in any kind of side set. Yet people are like, these are doo-doo, they are trash. No, these are pretty good. I'm surprised to see the amount of 2018 Megaton promos in here, from Solid Soldier to, we got the Fusion Boy, we've got Mud Dragon, we've got Santa Fond. A lot of really good penny stonks ended up reprinted in here as well. And I think some of the choices for collector's rare, I do wish they had the old text for playing past formats if they're going to end up as collector rares, but I think they did a great job. I think the reprints are spot on, and let's go ahead and actually get into the meat and potatoes of some of the great cards here. The Chaos Creator is a level 8 Dark Thunder effect, 2300, cannot be normal summoned or set, must be first special summoned from your hand by banishing a light and a dark monster from your graveyard. If you control this card that was special summoned from the hand, so there's a restriction that if you monster reborn this or bring it back, yes, it's not the most recursive card in the world, you can target 3 banished monsters with different names, so this would make 2 of them banished by itself. Special summon one, then place the rest on the bottom of the deck in any order. You can only use this effect once per turn. It's a level 8, so that's huge synergy with a lot of these decks to rank 8 and be able to go places, you know, with the other cards that you have typically in the Chaos engine, and it's really freaking good in my opinion. Let's keep going. A lot of people are saying this is mistranslated, that it should be able to attack when it's summoned. I had a pretty good laugh that, like, Toons would still have summoning sickness. So we'll see if Yu-Gi-Oh! Org did get it right, but a lot of people are telling me that it can attack on summon. Must first be special summoned from your hand by tributing Toon monsters from your hand or field whose total levels equal 8 or more. That kind of is counterintuitive to the deck. He still looks like a deviant art Sonic character to me. While you control Toon World and your opponent doesn't control Toon World, it can attack direct once per turn. If you control Toon World, target a card on the field and banish it. This is what I about expected. I didn't expect it to break into the next age, but they've got something else good. Chaos Valkyrie is okay, cannot be summoned, normal summoned or set, must be special summoned by a card effect. You can banish a light or a dark monster from the graveyard, so either or to special summon this card. If this card is banished, you send a light or dark monster to the graveyard, but you can't activate the effects of that card's name this turn, so it's pretty limiting, but you could send a Gizmek. Yo! Toon Harpie turned out nice. This card's actually pretty good for Toons. We're almost getting to the broken card, I promise. Level 4, when Toon effect, attack 1300, defense 1400. Cannot attack during the turn it's summoned. If you control Toon World, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then if you control another Toon monster, you can destroy one spell or trap your opponent controls. That's pretty darn good. Self-summoning and popping. You can only use this effect once per turn. While you control a Toon World and your opponent doesn't control a Toon monster, this card can attack directly. The Neo Dadless is weird. It centers around field spells. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned by banishing a light or dark monster. When a field spell is face up on the field, your opponent can't target light or dark monsters. So it gives kind of this like little bit of protection to all your cards. You can target face-up cards on the field up to the numbers of face-up field spells on the field, banish them, so you can get up to 2 if your opponent has one and you have one, or if just you, 1. You can punish your opponent for having field spells, I guess, is part of the sense, and you can only use this effect once per turn. Now, this is a great Toon card, and we're almost on the broken Chaos card. Toon Bookmark, normal spell, and one Toon World or one card that specifically lists Toon World in its text from your deck to your hand, except for Toon Bookmark. You hear that? One card that lists Toon World in its text. That's pretty darn good. And if a Toon World you control would be destroyed by a card effect, you can banish this card from the graveyard instead. Unfortunately, Cosmic Cyclone's a thing, but this comes with protection and searching function. That is a freaking great card. Y'all stop saying Dream Mirror support. I'm gonna get mad. Alright, Chaos Space is what I'm talking about, and Shu Ping already has some choice words I want to show you in a bit. Shu Ping is a YCS UDS champion. This is a normal spell. You send a light or dark monster from your hand to the graveyard to add any light or dark monster that cannot be normal summoned or set from your deck to your hand with a level from 4 to 8 with a different attribute from that monster. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one of your banished light or dark monsters that cannot be normal summoned or set, place the monster on the bottom of the deck, then draw a card. So Shu Ping has really choice words for how this is going to go already, and they are just labbing it. Pitch Router, search white into striker, summon black, put white back, draw one, link into ROM, and keep searching. Chaos Space plus Router equals Tracer, Boot Sector, White, Ravine, draw one. And then they're labbing even crazier things with Levy in there, and all sorts of stuff like that. I think this card is borderline absurd. It's really good to enter into here, and it's nice. The trap, it's Chaos Sorcerer being a little bit edgy. I don't buy into this one too much. Eternal Chaos, target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Send the light and dark monster from your deck to your graveyard, whose combined attack is equal to or lower. Rest of the turn, after this card resolves, you can only activate one effect. So you could, like, a Rochi, pop back. If we had snow, you could do something with snow. Terror Toon is nice. When a spell/trap card or monster effect is activated while you control Toon World, and a Toon monster or monsters negate the activation if you do destroy it. So they get an Omni negate, but it's a hard once per turn. We also get Immortal Phoenix Gear Freed. You know he couldn't have the word God in it. You can banish one equip spell from your graveyard, special summon this card from your hand that started damage if it attacks. You can equip a face-up monster on the field to it max 1. As an equipped monster, gains 500 attack when a monster effect is activated. Quick effect, so we already knew this card. It's basically imported. And you also get Super Magic Sword of Raptinus and just some other stuff going on. Code Generator also got confirmed. Freaking awesome to see this guy finally come on over. A lot of people are going to complete their Code Talker decks, and we just have a couple of things going on here with a lot of tweets of people talking about Toon Chaos and official videos. Go check this out. I'll link the Yu-Gi-Oh! Organization thing down below. It was really spread out, a lot of places to go look. Yu-Gi-Oh! Organization has gathered it for us. So, I'm going to go back into this and talk about it real quick. I think that Toon Chaos is an absurd set to keep beside Seal. If you could go back and look at Ancient Millennium, you would nod and be like, yeah, I didn't see it coming. The Crystal Beast, all that stuff. Toons, a fan favorite, and they got decent support in here that people will chase after. A brand new rarity that's going to apply to certain cards with an absurd reprint of Pot of Extravagance. You have decent Chaos cards that will likely impact meta play as Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon gets its errata and gets torn down a little bit. And on top of that, you have one of the fan favorite, most widely spread loved archetypes of all time in Toons. And you're telling me among the reprints versus the typical side set that this is somehow dog doo-doo, that this is somehow bad. I would say you won't be disappointed if you're using code What's Good 5 and keeping this for a year. My bet would be that on the low side, these would be towards $150 a box if Konami does not reprint this unlimited. And there's never any telling when Konami's going to do that. They just did that with Legendary Duelist 5 and 6. Out of the blue, when they're giving us a different repackaging for 1 and 2. Hey, we're rhyming here. But seriously, we don't know what Konami will do, so this could just end up somewhere else, unfortunately. That's the power Konami has. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But I think first edition, keep set aside. Should Konami not do it, low end $150 a box a year from now. That's just my take on it. What's yours? Let me know in the comment section down below. And of course, chat's been letting me know this entire time that my opinion is bad and I should feel bad for thinking that this set is going to do well. I really do. I think the set turned out better than I anticipated. I would have liked to see 1 or 2 more high-end reprints, but you know, it's how it ends up. What's this?
Don't forget to use code What's Good 5 when buying your sealed values, supporting the channel and getting 5 off the sealed values you'd already be buying.
So, I would just want to point out real quick, also Legendary Duelist Season 1 has a lot of tunes suddenly injected into it from a press release we saw before. So it's not going to cover every card from the Legendary Duelist of the 2 sets like we initially thought. They injected Toons up into here, shoved them on in, and there should be some interesting things happening with this. But I think this is a way weaker product. I think this is the kind of product I would avoid, and this is what I would definitely steer towards and keep sealed, not busting. I would not open it up and tear it open. I would have this set aside personally. That's my argument for it. Let me know yours. And of course, use that TCG player link in the description down below, costing you nothing extra to support the channel directly for the cards you'd already be buying. Code What's Good 5 over here at YBM. But I have other sets that I could try to sell you, like that Legendary Duelist, and I think this is far better of an investment. I think this probably, Dragons of Legend has a name to it. The complete series is going to be interesting, but I think this is stronger than either of those sets personally. I think it's not the weakest link. I think that its reprints were actually pretty good among, you know, the Masked Heroes bamboozling. I just don't see where everyone is so let down by, other than they had more pot of extravagance like expectations. So having those high expectations may have let you down, and that leaves more room for people to sleep on this and to go and grab it. Thanks for watching, everybody.